Happy March 1st, ladies. I am in the mood for a really good manicure and I'm going to do a really good color. I picked a great green. This is the OP Eyes. I am so swamped. So before we get started, if you're new to my channel, my name is Lorraine. I'm an occupational therapist, image enthusiast. We focus on this channel on a strong mind-body connection. We are picking activities that help achieve a balance between work, rest, and play. Those activities must be purposeful. They must help us try to achieve the balance so we can achieve our joy. And today, I think a manicure fits right in nicely with that. So let's get started. So before we get started with the color, I'm going to do a really quick recap on some very important points. We want to make sure that our cuticles are well pushed back, they're not all dry and crunchy, and we want to make sure our nails are well filed and there's no ridges. And because of that, we want to make sure we also do the right thing. And if I have a little bit of repeating of myself between the videos, that's just because that's how I am. I'm very teacher-oriented, I'm very instructional, and that's just my style. So I will have a little bit of repetition. So be patient with me, if you will. So this is the cuticle trimmer, and this is something that I do recommend because it is very gentle. You simply take it onto the edges of your cuticles where you may need it, you may not, and you simply are going to lay it where the piece of skin is and do a gentle clipping. It's very, very soft, and you're not doing it anywhere else but on the little piece of skin that might be there. If you have pushed them back well, you may not have anything, but it also may depend on how fast your cuticles grow. And if they grow fast, then that's healthy too. And this is the tool that you don't want to have, because this is the cuticle trimmer that actually is like a little mini blade. And I'm telling you before, I told you before, this will make your cuticles swell and bleed. It's inflammation, and it's terrible because then you can't get any amount of moisture or anything that's good for your nail to get underneath where the matrix is, because this is blocking it because it's inflamed. So it's just a horrific thing that will happen to your nails. You want to make sure your nails are well filed. The filing technique, again, to recap, you're going to take the file and going underneath the nail. You're not on the top edge, you're underneath, you're going in one direction, other side into the center. Only in one direction. You're not sawing and you're not taking the nail to the surface, taking the file to the surface of the nail, because that will create ridges. So once you achieve the style of nail you have that you want, it should be very smooth. Take a look at that nail. We've got some good free edge right here. This is the free edge. This is what we have. It's nice and hard, it's firm. There's barely any ridges on the nails, if any at all, because I've been eating really well and taking very, very good care of my nails. Highly moisturized. I wash my hands a boatload of times a day. I work in healthcare. The more you wash your hands, the more you moisturize your hands. A good hand lotion. I use one with retinol in it. There's a lot of good notions out there. We can talk about that after. But also for the cuticles for moisturizing, you really want to use something excellent. This is a very, very good one. It's probably the best out there because Vaseline is the most basic. It's an occlusive. It will hold the moisture. So where you need the moisture, it will be. All right, I'm going to go take a quick shower, come back, change my clothes, and we're going to put the color on. Okay, I just got out of the shower a few moments ago, and I wanted to make sure that my nails have returned to their opaque color. In other words, when you get out of the shower or the bath, your nails can have somewhat of a translucent look. Don't do anything to them yet. Let them get back to this, because when you first get out of the water, they've been expanded and they're a little bit vulnerable. So hold on tight, be patient. So then you're not going to put any moisturizer on your cuticles, of course, because the oils will mix with the color. You don't want that. You're going to take a nice cloth. You're going to make sure that you wipe again, not pushing, just wiping back the surface of the nail to take off anything that might have gotten there. It might even be a little dust particle. I'm obsessively clean about this process, ladies. I like to have it perfect as much as I can. You're going to wipe each nail down. They're ready to go. Okay, and we've already filed, of course. We've trimmed the cuticles. We're ready to roll. I'm going to use a Sally Hansen nail hardener. I'm sneaking this in as my base coat and my top coat. And as I said in my previous video, I still haven't gotten out to get my base and top coat. I love the Sally Hansen product, so I probably will get another base and top coat from that line. But for now, I'm just going to use this nail hardener. The nail hardener, I use it to give an extra support for my nails, but I don't utilize it to save my nails. And that's the difference. If you're using a nail hardener to try to salvage your nails and think it's going to be a miracle, Sorry to say, ladies, it's not going to happen. It might temporarily give you a good feeling. You get some firmness, but underneath your nails are not getting better unless you take care of them from the inside. Like I said before, you need to eat really well. Lots of good protein, lots of iron, lots of zinc and calcium. Just eat a really good diet, and I think things should happen. Unless, God forbid, there's any other health problems that you have, that's a different story. But for now, we're going to put a good base coat. We have 2 coats of color, and then we have a top coat. And that's the way the rule of the manicure is, and I don't think it's changed over the years. Even in the salons, that's how they do it. So we're going to go ahead and take this. And what I do, I've said it before in other videos, you take the brush and you just do this. Don't do the side thing. That makes a mess. And I always start with my index finger, that's just me. And I start, and you're basically taking here, and you're going to go to the center of the nail, to the side of the nail, and to the side of the nail. If you missed a spot, just go right back on top of it like that. But don't swipe multiple strokes. That's just not the way to do it. So we're going to do the base coat. Whoops, some of the nail beds are a little larger than I remember, or the brush isn't as big, to be honest, so you have to get more than the 1, 2, 3. So sorry, that's my mistake. Just when I was in school and I was remembering this, it's just the 1, 2, 3 rule. You basically, again, middle to the side and to the side. But then the nail brushes sometimes just don't cover it, but that's good. Boy, that base coat looks good because it's nice and clear. Makes you look like you have perfect nails. Well, as perfect as we can get them, right, ladies? Middle, side, and side. And I'm just a person, for some reason, I do my thumbs last. I don't know. It's just the way I've done it. It's just the way I do it. Okay. So once these dry, you're going to put your color. Let me put my second base coat, and then I'll come back and show you the color. The nails are nice and dry. And when I say dry, I mean you can basically just about push down a little bit on them. They're nice and firm. Okay, so we're ready for the color. And on the color, you just want to shake your bottle or roll it in your hands. You don't want to shake it up and down. You kind of can get bubbles in them. Okay, so we're ready to go. I love this color. I know it's March 1st, and I was in the mood for green. Again, doing this with your brush. You want enough on there, though. I'm going to do this one right up to the camera if I can show you. You can see it, hopefully. We're going to do middle, side, turn it, and the side, okay? And there's your first coat. Wow, that's only your first coat. It's going to be so pretty. Give it a minute. That's how it looks, okay? What I think I'm going to do is go ahead and wait for this to dry, show you the second coat on one finger. Then I'll do all my hands off camera and come back and show you the finished look. I decided to do all the fingers with the one coat. So this is one coat. Now let me do a second coat on the index finger so you can see the difference. That I thought was a little more effective. So you saw me how to do it. So I'm going to do my hand down here on the counter because I think it's just a little easier for the angle. Then you'll see that beautiful second coat, how the difference is. I mean, it's not huge, but it's definitely different. Okay, so here's my second done. An easy sweep. Okay, this is second coat. See the difference? If you look closely, you can see that opaqueness is very rich. The first coat down here on the index finger here is decent, but this is fabulous. Wait till we get the top coat. So now I'll do all the rest of my fingers in the second coat. I will wait, apply a top coat, come back and show you what the top coat looks like. I'll be back. Okay, so this is all of the second coat. Now let me throw on a little top coat on one nail. Okay. Got a good generous amount there. Oops, a little too much. Okay. You can see it starting to get like, oh boy, this is so pretty. I can't believe it. Okay, look at this. That's your top coat. That's without it. Now, granted, this is so pretty, but look at that. It's like glass, and that's what you want your nails to look like. You know when you go to the salon, you get the artificial nails? I think they're gorgeous, but they're horrific for your nails underneath, you know. But this makes it look like it's a fake nail. I love it. All right, I'll be back with the full finished look. Here's the finished look. Top coat is on all the nails. And this is OPI's So Swamped. It is so beautiful. Ladies, when you're all done with your nails, make sure they're fully dry. Don't do anything for a while. But do remember, the next day when you go to moisturize, because you can't moisturize anything tonight, you want to use this. This is the Vaseline Petroleum Jelly or Petrolatum. You can get the no-name brand, whatever. But this is the best occlusive to keeping the moisture in for your cuticles. And that should be done pretty much on a nightly basis. Keep a little jar by your bedside, and you can take good care of your cuticles. And like I always say, when you're doing an activity, ladies, make sure you're enjoying it. Make sure the environment around you is aesthetically pleasing. Maybe you want to hear music, light a candle. It's such a fun time because it's your self-care. And when I always talk about being purposeful with your activities, this is an example of just that. There's only one of you. You want to take really good care of yourself. Be purposeful, find your balance, and find your joy. And on that note, ladies, have a great day. And I hope to share more videos with you. We'll have a lot more fun together. Take care.